My name is Chin-Hao Huang, and I'm assistant professor of political science at Yale-NUS College. I grew up in Bangkok, Thailand. I was rather delinquent as a child. I misbehaved quite often. I was a very slow learner in the beginning, and everybody thought something was wrong with me. I live on the outskirts of Bangkok. I always had a close affinity to downtown Bangkok. So there's a road, a city center area called Siam Square. When I was a young child, that was filled with arcades and shopping malls, and that's where a lot of my friends and I would spend a lot of the weekends together. Well, I guess I'm considered one of those late boomers. I didn't really hit my growth spurt, both intellectually and physically, until much later, perhaps in middle school. Well, believe it or not, I was somewhat of an athlete, and I guess with raging hormones and testosterone, that's what a regular 13 or 15-year-old did. I began to tune in a little bit more into academics as well. I think that's where I realized my passion and interest for the social sciences began. I would say probably the teacher who had the most profound impact on me was my English teacher, and he really got me to appreciate fine English poetry and classics, everything, a lot of the Shakespearean plays, and it really exposed me to the other side of the humanities that I probably would not have explored if it weren't for him. So it's I've been, I think, blessed with many wonderful colleagues and scholars and teachers and mentors and advisors throughout my life. What I have today, I think, is a product of their influence, and I like to share that with students here. If I can sort of ignite the flame and set them on a path to further intellectual inquiry and curiosity, I think I would be very proud to have accomplished that. My first impression of Singapore is it's very sterile. Yeah, the clean streets, the lack of ambulances and police sirens ringing every 3 minutes is kind of pleasant. The lack of smell of urine on the street corners is also kind of nice. I spent a lot of time in Bangkok. I spent a lot of time in Washington, D.C., and a lot of time in Los Angeles. And being a kid that come from a third culture sort of kid background where you don't particularly identify with one particular country of origin. Well, that's a difficult question. Home, I like to think, is where the heart is. And I guess all my heart right now is in Singapore. So I think this is a place I'd like to call my new home. I enjoy running a lot. I've done a couple of half marathons, and I'm a slow but passionate runner. I'm not necessarily a fast runner. As the proverb in the Tan Chin Tuan Lecture Theater says, life is a marathon, not a sprint. So I take that fully. I'm a aspiring cook as well. I enjoy cooking any kind of food. It may not turn out to be delicious, but it is a work of art. Oh, cumin. It just makes everything taste so much better. And it can go into any dish. And I just like that kind of flavoring. It really spices things up and adds a kind of fragrance to a dish. And I probably add it to everything, which I probably shouldn't do, but it just makes it better.